I mean, the concept there at least. You could definitely tell I was going for a crawfish. I might be on. I'm on. Let's go, guys. On. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying something that I've been meaning to do for a really long time now, which is try to make my own custom soft plastics completely from scratch, and then take whatever bait I come up with out on the water and try to catch at least one bass with it for you guys. So that's the general plan. I got online and I looked up what stuff I would need. I got a very basic bait making station set up behind me here. I don't really know a ton, but I'm going to take the little bit of knowledge I do have, dig right in, and see what I can come up with. So that's the plan. Hope you guys stick around and see what I come up with and see what I could catch with it. Alright guys, behold the beautiful bait factory. So since I am just starting out and completely new to bait making, I decided to go with the cheapest possible supplies to get this done with. So for the mold itself, we're going with some plaster of Paris. That's going to create a hard mold, and with a hard mold you want a soft master. So for the master, we're going to go with some original Sculpey oven baked clay. I've got these Tupperware containers to make the actual molds themselves in. I've got this Pyrex type glass mixing and measuring cup to mix and measure out the different ingredients. I've got some canola oil for a release agent to be able to pull apart the mold and the master easier. And I've got some old used soft plastics that we can melt down and pour into the mold and actually make the bait itself with. So all in, oh actually, and a $10 microwave from Facebook Marketplace. So all in on this stuff, I think I've got like probably less than 30 or 40 bucks into it. Like I said, it's the absolute cheapest supplies you could use to do this. So it might not come out absolutely perfect, but I think we'll get a good enough end product, and I'm pretty optimistic about it. So let's go ahead, get after it, and see what kind of bait we could come up with here. Okay guys, I went ahead and busted some of that clay out, and this is the design I came up with for the master. I went with a pretty basic crawfish design for the most part, except with the claws. I went ahead and made them this strange little triangular shape, and my logic with that is that I'm thinking some water will move through those triangles and create bubbles, and those bubbles should help to attract some fish. So that's what I did to set it apart from other crawfish designs, and I'm thinking it should work. So that's about all I got to say about this master. I'm going to go ahead, pour some plaster of Paris over it, and create a mold now. Alright, I went ahead and mixed up some of that plaster of Paris. Now I'm going to pour it over the master and create the mold. Well, I actually forgot to spray a separating agent on that master before I poured it, so I am pleasantly surprised with the way this mold turned out. It looks just about exactly how I wanted it to, and I'm pretty excited to get some plastic in there and see how it turns out. Alright, I've got some used Junebug colored soft baits cut up here. We're just going to recycle these. Gonna stick them in the microwave for a minute at a time to melt them down, and wait till they're melted, then we'll pour them in the mold and we'll have our first soft plastic. Alright, plastic's melted, time for the first pour. Well, it's the next day now, guys, and I trimmed up that first bait, then I poured 2 more, and I bagged them up with some attractant. So now they're ready to go out on the water and fish with. I'm gonna go ahead, take them out, and see what we could catch. Okay guys, I'm out at the spot now, and I've got one of these craws rigged up on a Texas rig. And I mean, they're a little bit ugly, but I really don't hate the way they turned out. For a first attempt with the cheapest materials possible, I mean, the concept's there at least. You could definitely tell I was going for a crawfish, and I like the unique claws that I made. I'm pretty happy with the way that part of it turned out for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead, get out there, send it around. I got the kayak out today. It's supposed to be getting windy here within the next hour or two, so gonna send it for at least an hour here, I think, and hopefully we could catch something. There's a strange green algae in here that isn't usually in this pond, so we'll see how that affects the bite. But other than that, not too worried about anything. So let's get out there and see if I can catch anything with this handmade bait. Is that a bite? I swear I just got bumped. No! Why? Well guys, I actually just missed 2 bites in a row, so sucks I missed those bites, but we might be able to get it done with this bait today. Was that a bite? I might be on. I'm on. Let's go, guys. Yes! It's not a bad fish either. I mean, it's not huge or anything, but to catch it on a homemade bait is so cool. Oh, jeez. It's a floppy boy. Wow guys, that is an incredible feeling, catching a bass on a bait that I designed and made completely from scratch myself like that. Decent bass, definitely super happy with it for a first one on a bait that I made myself. So cool. Let's go ahead. Oh geez. Well, anyway, got that guy back in the water. Didn't mean to release it like that, but let's get back after it and see if we could catch 1 or 2 more before this wind picks up. Well, we just missed another one, guys. If I could just get the hook sets, we'd have had 4 bass by now. That was the 4th bite. Only landed 1, unfortunately, but they seem to want this thing, so gonna get it back out there. Hopefully we can get a couple more bites today. Bass. All right. This one's a little bit smaller, but we'll take it. I think I've decided I'm gonna name this bait the Goober Craw, so for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna refer to it as that. But anyway, slightly smaller bass, but still stoked at bit. 2 on the Goober Craw so far. Let's see what else we could get with it. Fish. All right. About the same size as the last one. All right, guys, they seem to like this goober craw quite a bit. It hasn't even been that long in between bites so far. I think the longest I've waited for a bite is probably like 15 minutes so far this morning. So, been pretty consistent. Definitely liking the way it's performing and super happy with it. Third bass so far. I think it's like the 8th bite. I just keep missing hook sets. But anyway, let's put it back and see what else wants it. On. That might be a little better too. All right, probably about the same size as the first one. Decent fish. It is fired up. Well guys, it's far from perfect, but I think I've seen enough at this point to be able to say the goober craw definitely attracts a bite. Mega happy with the results so far. This is actually a pretty decent bass too. Hell yeah. Fish. I didn't think it was a fish at first. Oh, sorry, bud. That was squirrely. Well, that was a pretty squirrely catch. This little bass had the line wrapped around one of its pectoral fins, and because of that, it felt a lot bigger than it really was coming through the water, so I really gave it the beans on the hook set there. And when I did, I smacked it off the boat accidentally. Not really what you want to do, but it seems to be fine. Gonna go ahead, put it back, and see if we could catch at least 1 or 2 more before we call it a day. Fish. Ooh. Well, this is by far the smallest, but also the fastest catch of the day. I think that only took me like 2 or 3 more casts with the goober craw to get this dude to bite, and I was actually thinking about packing it up after the next catch, but this one came so fast, I think we're gonna keep after it for a little bit longer. Oops, something's grabbing it. Didn't hold on though. I just got bumped like 3 times in a row. There it is. This fish came back for it several times. That was awesome. Well, you definitely can't tell me they don't want to eat this thing when they're coming back for 2nd and 3rd bites. So freaking cool. I am absolutely stoked they seem to be so interested in this bait. What an awesome experience. Dude, what the shit? Excuse my language, guys. That was wild though. I don't know if I got it on camera, but a tiny little bass just jumped. It was sitting there alongside the bank, jumped out of the water, bounced off my foot, and then jumped back into the water. It was caught me completely off guard. I've never had that happen before. That was very strange. Well guys, my battery on my GoPro is pretty much dead, and I actually just caught this little dude off camera, so this is definitely going to be the last of the day, I think, but did pretty awesome with the goober craw today. Super happy with the results. Well guys, I thought I might get a bite or two on this thing, but that was actually insane. I had so many bites, I missed so many hook sets, but I think I ended up landing like 8 bass still, and this thing just really blew my mind for being my first pour ever. I was absolutely stoked to have done that well with it, and just really surprised me. I was thinking I might go out there and get lucky and catch 1 or 2 with it, but seeing the amount of interest the bass were showing in this little crawfish I made really was extremely encouraging, to be honest. I think I'm going to go ahead and continue to try to improve and make better, more detailed baits. Maybe even try to get some slightly higher quality materials too. But I might even turn this into a little series and start making soft plastics a little more regularly and going out and fishing with them, because I had an absolute ton of fun doing this, and I definitely want to get out there and do it some more. So super happy with the way that whole process went. Everything went super smooth, and I'm pretty happy with the end product. So can't complain about anything that happened in that video. Just real happy with it. So thanks for sticking around till the end, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you want, and comment if you want. All that helps me out a ton. And that's about all I got to say. So thanks again, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.